Hey there, Tano. I'm Shadow Scythe, and today we're going to be doing an on-the-spot review of all the new content that came with Harrow. So that would be Harrow himself, the Scourge, and the Knell. And honestly, as you can see, I've been playing around with these a little bit. I am really fucking excited to talk about these because I love Harrow. He's a little different than what you would expect from a Warframe. But all in all, his kit is pretty fucking solid. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna leave that on friends only. And I'm gonna run through Earth on the chance of finding a rare crate that has one of the new Captura scenes. Because there are 3 new Captura scenes for the Earth remaster that unless you trade them with another player, the only way you can get them is through a rare crate on Earth. So yeah, this is gonna be real fun. So let's skip this.
There's a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
I probably should have went over his base stats really quick, so fuck a duck. I will talk about those after. But I can at least show you guys the abilities. Now, if you guys watched or were keeping up with his teaser page and anything and everything else with it, then you already basically have all of his stats and all the stats for the weapons. So, you guys already have an idea of what to expect. This new system is live as well, which is just absolutely amazing. I totally fucked that up. Oh, that's right, we don't get the opportunity to ground slam. Oh yeah, we do, but we have to look directly down. You actually have to look down, unlike before if you just tapped melee while airborne, you just immediately slam to the ground. Like just looking like that, and you would ground slam. Now you still try to falsely rafflecopter him. Ooh, good lord! I have not been on this part of the Earth remaster yet. I love this. They really outdid themselves with this. Holy shit. And yeah, I get that I'm kind of roaming around. Now, since I can't exactly talk about Harrow's stats, I can at least talk about the Scourge and the Knell. As you guys know, the Scourge is the Tenno spear gun, which is researchable in your clan dojo under the Tenno Research Lab. There's an enemy right there. However, its primary damage type is corrosive. However, it does have base instances of slash, puncture, and impact on the alt fire. And the alt fire also applies miniature magnetized bubbles around the head area on enemies. Like so. As you can see. Now, they don't last all that long, unfortunately. But it's still pretty cool. Now, the Scourge also only has a 2% critical chance, so you're pretty much going to want to mod it for its corrosive damage and the overall status chance. But other than that, there's really not much to talk about it. It works just like the other spear guns. Other than its base damage, also makes it really useful for impaling somebody to a wall. And the fact that it fires these circular corrosive discs that explode on contact. So you can do little cluster bomb damage like what you could with the Javelok. As opposed to the Ferox, which is like a little energy dart. Ooh, flickering lights. Oh shit! They added the fucking bird! That's cool! I never saw that before. And I was running this like majority of the night last night. Anything back here? That's the entrance to the Silver Grove. Nope. Nope. I may just say fuck it and do a lot of retribution since there's a guaranteed rare crate spawn. I don't know yet. But with that all aside, now let's talk about the Knell, which any single wield secondary can be equipped with any thrown melee weapon, and this does it automatically. There's no key combination to press. Just if you have those two weapons equipped, then when you switch to your secondary, it auto-equips the combo. Which, as you can see, I've been running the Knell and the Glaive Prime, and I've been having a lot of fun with this. Now, the Knell is your scoped secondary weapon, so obviously it is going to have a high crit chance. As to what that crit chance is, though, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to guess it's at least a minimum of 15, but I will check that once outside of this mission just to be safe. Anyway, here are Harrow's abilities. Oh, balls. The first one is Condemn, which immobilize a target and then shoot to kill, and you gain overshields. Overshields are, I believe the overshield value is increased if you get a headshot. Second one, you get rid of your shields, but then you heal on kill, and the amount that you heal for is increased based on headshots. Third ability, Thurible. Charge for as long as you want, and then you regenerate energy on kill. Which I'm not, because they aren't inside of my fucking... like, right there. Boom. Good kitty, but I needed to fucking kill him. The value of energy that you gain back is more than doubled if you happen to get headshots. Like, if I charge it up to 10, like, or a little over 10, I get around 43 energy back on headshot. It's nuts. And then, let's see, we have... Do any of them have guns? Yes. I'm gonna do... Oh, you asshole. Well, there. You guys missed me negating damage, but you saw the invulnerability period, and that turned into an additional 13% crit chance. So there's really not much else to show with that. And yes, I did already kind of fashion frame Harrow up because I was really excited to start using him and see what all I could actually do. Needless to say, I am not disappointed. Harrow's not your typical support frame. However, he does have his own unique characteristics that make him ridiculously fun to play. And he's not a bad solo frame either. Anyway, to give you the full rundown on the stats, let's go back to the arsenal. And here, well, actually, it would be better if I just do this. Now, Harrow's base stats are 150 armor, 100 energy, 100 health, and 150 shields. So all in all, you may want to mod him more so for shields than what I did with health. However, what I did was I threw on Vitality and Primed Vigor. So, honestly, I might try redirection later on, but that's going to be after I invest some form into him, because I'm probably going to put at least 3 along these slots. But we'll find out. Anyway, the full stat rundown is, well, actually, you guys don't really need to see that. That's like the common knowledge. Alright, so now here is the stuff with the Scourge. It's charge, which actually there is no real charge to it. It's just boom, 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 done. Accuracy 100, critical chance 2%, critical multiplier 1.5, fire rate 2.67, a magazine capacity of 20, reload speed of 2.5 seconds, a 30% base status chance, and 60 innate corrosive damage for the charge attack. The throw attack, however, is only at 16.7 accuracy, which is understandable. Half a percent for the charge rate, so how fast you can actually throw it. Its critical chance was increased to 4% with a 2.0 critical multiplier, a fire rate of 1.0. The magazine capacity still is at 20, however, as you all know, that magazine capacity is actually 1, because while it has been thrown, you are now forced to resort to your melee and secondary weapons until you pick this up, or until after the 16-second delay. Now, its base impact damage is 455, base puncture damage of 72.5, base slash damage of 122.5, and an innate corrosive damage of 50. So if you do this right, you can basically mod for a smorgasbord of different damage types for the thrown attack, just to give yourself that setup. Now, if you have a high corrosive build, that works well for the charge. However, then if you also throw in like some slash and impact to break through shields and start stripping away at flesh, then just wait for, or kind of lead a bunch of enemies around to get them to group up. Throw this into the middle of them, and then just go nuts with like the Oxtaletto or something, and just headshots everywhere. Bada bing, bada boom. You just dropped a nice little clusterfuck of enemies with like minimal effort. Now then, the Knell. Accuracy 32.0. I said it probably had at least a minimum of a 15% crit chance. I was wrong. It is a 20%. So I'm actually glad to see that it is higher than what I was anticipating. It has a critical multiplier of 1.5 and a fire rate of 4.0. Magazine capacity of 1, which is the downside. And then the other thing that is super shitty is that the ammo maximum for this is actually only 10 rounds. So you can burn through ammo rather quickly, which is very unfortunate. However, it's got this weird little additive bonus with headshots, to where if you get a headshot, then you have a, see? Headshots briefly turn the scope pistol into a rapid-fire crit damage fiend that uses no ammo. So if you get headshots, then you can go nuts until that its little, duration counter is over, because you will burn through no ammo. Semi-auto trigger type, impact damage of 63, or puncture damage of 69. Nice innuendo, by the way, DE. Honestly, you don't cease to amaze me with how you guys managed to throw that shit in there. And then slash damage of 18. So if you do for like a dual damage type between its base damages, I would mod for both puncture and impact to break shields and pierce armor. However, I wouldn't even advise modding for status too much, just because it only has a 5% chance to proc. And those procs are kind of what really help to strip armor or shields. So you'd be better off going for the base damages. And then as far as the innate polarities on everything, Harrow's base polarity for his aura is a dash, so energy siphon or corrosive projection will work. Then he comes with a D polarity, which will fit redirection, steel fiber, armored agility, vigor, primed vigor, vitality, all that good stuff. But you only have the one, so choose wisely. And then he comes with an innate dash polarity, which works really well for streamline, stretch, equilibrium, prime flow, whatever. I'm using prime flow because it's about the only one that makes sense. Yeah, you could throw fleeting expertise on there. The problem is that all of Harrow's powers rely on duration, so if you do fleeting expertise, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot with the Cull Star. So I wouldn't advise doing that. I mean, if you want to commit literal suicide because you can't use your powers to save your own ass, be my guest. Just keep in mind, I tried to warn you guys, so don't blame me if it turns out horribly wrong. Now for the Scourge, Scourge has an innate dash polarity and an innate V polarity. And as you can see, I've already gone for the... I'm going for a high status build. I will actually be saving this for probably Impact. And I still don't know if I want to throw heavy caliber in there or not. I'm gonna find out after I form with this a few times and play test it. Afterwards, I'll let you guys know if that's a viable build or not. But until then, just sit with me or sit tight. But as you can see, I've already got Serration, Infected Clip, Malignant Force, Split Chamber, and High Voltage, which is giving me that 936 corrosive damage for the charge, and then for the throw, I've got almost 8,000 corrosive damage on hit, combined with almost 2,300 impact damage on hit. So all in all, I've got, I want to say like 12,000 damage between all the damage types right here. Absolutely amazing. Or I've got close to it. I might be a little bit off. I'm not actually adding all of those numbers together. And then the Knell, not appearance, upgrade. The Knell, this is the shitty part. The Knell has no innate polarities. However, with the mods I currently have equipped, I've got 458.6 impact, 131 slash, and 1105.1 puncture. So yeah, I did kind of increase my fire rate to 6.4. Magazine capacity obviously is not going to change. If you put mods on there, you might be able to increase it to 2, which kind of defeats the purpose. So there's really no point to actually using them. But as you can see, Hornet Strike and Bore to get the base damage up, and then as well as the puncture, and then multi-shot mods increase all sources of damage as well as your status chance, which is actually nice, which is why I'm using both Barrel Diffusion and Lethal Torrent, just to have that nice little 180% multi-shot with a 60% boost to my fire rate. But I really hope that you guys liked this video. Yeah, I'm a little late to the party as opposed to some of the other casters, but the other casters did their reviews on Harrow and the weapons first, and then did his quest second. I did the quest first and the weapons second just because I wanted you guys to experience the quest before you got to see the reward. That is what I felt was right, and that is probably the choice I'm going to stick with for any other updates like this, because we still have the Arbiters of Hexus and the Steel Meridian that have to get their own quests. We've had the Silver Grove with the new Loka, the Glass Gambit with the Perrin sequence, and Octavia's Anthem with Cephalon Suda, and then the Chains of Harrow with the Red Veil. Now, as far as who will get a quest next, if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say it's probably going to be the Arbiters of Hexus, just because of the fact that whenever out of all the recent tactical alerts and clan-oriented events that we've had, the past, like, 3 or 4 that we've had, excluding Ambulus Reborn, because that one was tied a little bit into the parent sequence, but, like, the past few ones that we've had, the majority of them have been tied into the Steel Meridian. Like, we had Rathum, when Kayla DeThame got her update, that was tied into the Steel Meridian because we had to save Steel Meridian agents. We had the Pacifism Defect, where we were helping the Steel Meridian save Grenier defectors from the infestation and from Sargus Ruck. So, if I had to guess, it'll probably be Arbiters of Hexus just on that sheer note, since they haven't really received any love other than their new Augment mod. So that'll be pretty cool to see. Don't actually quote me on any of that, though, just because of the fact that I don't have any inside ties to DE, so I don't actually know what's going to happen. I'm in the dark just like the rest of you. That is purely my speculation. But with that all being said and done, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. If not, there are plenty of other videos on my channel that I'm sure you guys will like. So be sure to give those a look before you just utterly judge me like the cover of a book. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and player.me for all news related to YouTube, Twitch, IRL, whatever. I tend to post like any little tidbits and updates on there. I don't really post too much about IRL just because of the fact that I don't use social media that much, but I am at least using it to keep you guys up to date with news related to the stream or Twitch streams or YouTube videos as to why something hasn't happened or why I'm not doing anything or if there's a delay, whatever. And be sure to check out my game list if you'd like to support both the YouTube and the Twitch. That subscription counts for both, and it is greatly appreciated if you guys so choose. However, if not, I don't blame you. I really don't. I don't expect you guys to do it. That's just there in case you feel like doing it. Don't feel pressured. I really don't want that. I'm really just here to try to build a friendly, helpful community where we can all goof around, play games, have a few laughs, poke fun at each other, all in good fun. Just that kind of stuff. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.